Hey, what's going on, kids? This video is for anyone under the age of 20. If you're 19, if you're 18, if you're 17, if you're 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, or 11 years old and you're watching this video, this is for you. But if you're over the age of 20, sure, you can watch it as well. It's not off limits for anyone. It's just that the younger you are, typically the more you look up to older people. And I know that was definitely the case for myself. And when you're young, you think the adults have it figured out. You think, oh, when I'm 25, I'll have, my own business, I'll probably have a family, I'll know everything there is to know about life. But the truth is, I'm 25 now, and I can tell you for a fact, I'm hanging out with 37-year-olds, I'm hanging out with 40-year-olds. Nobody has a clue what to do in life. Everyone's just kind of going along with the next person. Everyone's just doing what everyone else is doing. You don't really ever have it figured out. And the way adults grow up and the way adults get jobs and careers and the way adults have families and raise kids and things like that and go on and have vacations and pay taxes and all that stuff is they don't know how to do something until the actual time comes to do it. So when the car breaks down, don't think, oh, all adults know how to fix a car when it breaks down. The truth is, when a car breaks down, an adult has to think like, shit, what do I do? Should I call a mechanic? Like, they don't know what to do. So adults simply ask, okay, what do I do next? What do I do now? And then they do what that person tells them to do. So when it comes to paying taxes, you can go to a company and say, go on Google, type in how to pay taxes. And then you call someone up and say, hey, can you help me pay my taxes for me? Like a tax company like H&R Block or something. But the truth is, adults don't have all the knowledge. Adults hardly know anything. And if you're growing up in the internet era, if you're 10 years old, 11 years old, 12, 15 years old right now watching this, just know that you're going to be a lot smarter. You're going to know a lot more than your parents knew. Your parents only had access to what was on the television and what was in the newspaper. And this stuff was super filtered. And your parents couldn't even choose what to read in the newspaper or what to watch on TV. There's only like 3 channels on TV. There was like the news, there was like a sports channel, and then there was like some classical movies channel or something. But there was no in-depth, super specific channels for health or veganism or triathlon or making a career on social media. Like, there was no specific niches back then. So now you're watching this online, you can find out anything you want in a specific niche. And you can live your life however you want. That's the purpose of this video. You can live your life however you want. You don't need to go down the route your parents went down. If your parents say, hey, you need to go to college, you need to go to university, just tell them, hey, you know what? I have aspirations far greater than college or university could help me attain, Your goals, your ambitions can be far greater than what college could provide you. So it's 2015, you can make a living online. Most of the friends I hang out with now are making a living online in some form or another. It doesn't have to be YouTube, it doesn't even have to be on social media, but there's things like drop shipping where you just, again, go on Google, type in how to do drop shipping. Many people are making millions of dollars doing drop shipping, and they don't even have to leave the comfort of their bedroom. They're just sitting on their bed all day, on their computer, just sending some emails back and forth. If you have an iPhone, you can make a living with an iPhone. You don't even need a MacBook computer. You don't even need a PC. Don't get a PC. Get a MacBook if you're gonna get a laptop. But if you have an iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy, you can make a living just on that. But the thing is, when you do start living like that, and you start telling other people, hey, this is my life, this is what I do. I don't have a 9 to 5, I don't wear a suit, I don't need to check in or get a paycheck from a big corporation. People are gonna be like, oh yeah, well that's nice for you, but I can't do that because I have a family, blah, 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 blah. You're gonna get a lot of people insinuating that the way you're living isn't for everyone. And that's cool, of course not, man. It's 2015, you can be super unique, do whatever you want, and don't think you have to try and fit in with the masses. In fact, you're gonna have a lot better life if you don't, because we're all unique. In the animal kingdom, all the kangaroos do the same thing, all the zebras do the same thing, all the rhinoceroses do the same thing, all the sharks do the same thing for the most part. They're not too overly creative, they don't go way out of their way and do things completely different like humans. As a human being, you can climb up Mount Everest and you can live in Nepal, for example, or you can live in Thailand and wear no shirt and no shoes all day long 24/7, live in Hawaii like that. So you can live however you want. You can also work in a slaughterhouse and kill animals all day long, or you can go work in an animal sanctuary and just save animals all day long. You can live complete opposite lives. So if your parents lived and worked a 9 to 5 job their whole life and they made 60 grand a year, you don't need to do that. You can be making 120 grand a year working 6 hours a week. you know? Or 4 hours a week. Check out the 4-hour work week. You don't need to go down the route your parents went down. You don't need to go down the route your teachers went down, or the kids you looked up to when you were growing up. So just remember that you can live however you want, and there's no set way, there's no set path. No human has it figured out. We're all making it up as we go along. We're all making it up as we go along. That's what you gotta remember. So, something to think about. Something to think about. Live how you want to live. Live in the way that's most exciting for you. Don't do anything unless it's super exciting. If you want to make a decision in life, you think, is this going to be more exciting or is this going to be more exciting? You always know what's going to be the most exciting thing. And if you want to be more practical about it, if you want to be so subjective and feel it out, write down a list of pros and cons for all the different avenues in life, and go with the one with the most pros. And yeah, you're gonna just figure it out along the way. But just remember this is huge. You become what you think about. You become what you think about. So whatever you feel emotionally connected with, whatever really excites you, and whatever is gonna hold your attention long enough, that's typically what you're gonna become. So don't get emotionally involved with any negativeness in the world. If there's some war going on in Afghanistan, you don't need to focus on that if it's not benefiting you. Focus on all the amazing things that happen in life, and just focus on all the positive things that you want to do in your life and how good you want to feel, and go down that route, because thoughts become things and you become what you think about. So think long term, and live in the moment, man. Have fun now. Have fun now. Don't put it off. Don't think when then. Don't think when I'm this age then I'll do that, or when I graduate then I'll do that. If you want to do something, do it now. Do it now. Do as much as you can now. And just, man, I can't stress it enough. Life is about happiness, so do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Peace.